What's up guys, Layer Week here. So in today's video I'm just gonna talk about the new Burnwitch collaboration campaign and a few more other stuff which is obviously gonna be part of it, which I do not mention here. Okay, so I'm gonna start it off with the very first thing is the new banner. So the banner is called 10th anniversary special, which is actually weird to me because every normal thing we are getting, no matter what it is, it's daily, monthly freaking stuff, and they just call it 10th anniversary, 10th anniversary, 10th anniversary. Like we were like the free summons, I call it 10th anniversary free summons. Like, bro, we get these every month, and now you just call it 10th anniversary special. But bro, like seriously, stop with the 10th anniversary. We know it is a 10th anniversary. Anyways, 10th anniversary special, Burnwitch. Bro, I always spell this word wrong the first time. Bro, collaboration swimsuits Zenith summons, chill. Okay, so the release date is on the August 31st. The time there is going to be different for you guys. The date is going to be the same, but the time itself won't. You guys can just check in game or just join my Discord server. The server link is in my profile. I've actually recently made a permanent server link, so don't worry about it being an invalid link. Yeah, so remember these are timestamps, Discord timestamps. So depending on where you are, the date is going to be different for you guys on this timestamps. So yeah, and the banner ends on September 17th, which is the normal period for a banner. Sort of, yeah. Then of course we just go down to the banner itself. Yeah, so we have here all the Burnwitch characters are gonna be in this banner, except OG Bruno, base Bruno. He's not included here. I don't know why they are dog shit in Bruno. Probably because he was an arena unit and they can't have too many characters in one banner, right? So they had to remove one. So who to remove? Obviously the arena unit, which when he came out he was the only unit in his banner. So obviously they were gonna remove him. Which I was actually very sad because I have him 1-5 and he's literally my profile character. He's my favorite character in my inventory, and I want dupes of him before he resurrects. But oh well. But the step 25 guarantees a choose summoning ticket and wait, what? Choose a new 5-star, yeah, choose a 25 and the 10th anniversary special choose ticket at step 50. Now I don't remember where the character pool ends with step 50. I've never actually bought it myself, but I heard from a friend it ends at Ishin, the one which came out right before the 9th anniversary. I might be wrong there, but that's only my knowledge. Just note, I'm a free-to-play player. I don't usually go to step 50. I've been there once and never again, because once you get to step 50, you start to regret it, like seriously. Then next up we have the point event, which is gonna start and at the same time as the banner itself. And the extra quests, which I recommend, wait for the extra quests to come in. Play the normal extra quests each 30 times to get the orders done, and then save your tickets in your inventory box until September the 5th, because extra quests of the point event gives more points than normal extra quests. You know what I mean? Nightmare quests, whatever you call it. Yeah, so these extra quests is gonna be added on September the 5th. Just go to the point event info here. We just can find it. Did I pass it already, bro? Okay, here we are. I did pass it. Okay, so the plus 3 bonuses is obviously the latest units in the game, the last banner and the new banner, and then we have the plus 1 bonuses, which I think that's tutorial soy phone, Halloween Orihime, and Technique Yama with the 10th anniversary units, which by the way, the 10th anniversary units is gonna be plus 1 bonus. It's basically gonna be bonuses everywhere until December, right? Those who don't know. The highlight stuff here is the 50 spirit orbs, the 4 5-star summoning tickets, the gold tickets, 24 Brave Souls tickets, the 5-star ticket, the 2 essence scrolls, and then the bonus ability adjustment threads. They are like the highlight stuff here. Nothing else here is really important. Maybe the editing brushes for newer players. Depending on where you're at in the game, depends on how worth this stuff is for you. Then we have the login bonuses. Now, I don't really have info about the login bonuses. I know it has been leaked by eBatch, but like, I don't have it on hand right now. Yeah, so basically it is just Spirit Orbs and Super Rainbow Pots according to the campaign itself. And you can just go to settings in game to see what day you're gonna get when, what bro, what the, then okay, let me just remove that. That's why I hate making videos on mobile, because it's a lot harder, you know. Next up is the 10th anniversary. I already said that. 10th anniversary exchange. It's gonna start at the same date when the banner comes in, then it ends on October the 7th. Now this is what you call it. This is basically like last month. I don't know if last month medals can still be used here. It should be, but if not, then I don't know. Actually, I do have a leak thingy here, but the medal is blue, which I think the last medal was red, I believe. So I don't think you can use this month medals on September's exchange, but we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, so we have orders around 4, which is gonna start tomorrow when the same day the banner drops, and these orders gonna end on September the 10th. And the orders are basically the same orders we had last month of this month, right? The only difference is, which I have noticed, complete 25 brave battles, which previously it was 50 brave battles. Now I think I know why they changed this. It's because those people, which is basically like what, 76, okay, maybe not 70, more like 50 or 40 or 60% of the community does not have the new brave battle Uryu. If you do not have him, you're most likely not gonna get a lot of wins, right? So I think that's why they've lowered it to 25 and not 50, because the people who don't have Uryu is gonna struggle and they're gonna miss out on 1,000 exchange medals, which now it is only going to 500, but still they are missing out while other people are gaining it just because the other people has luck. So yeah, I think that's why they changed it. And then another thing they changed is you have to clear the quest with a selected no affiliation unit, and it goes to 100 runs. And what I mean by selected no affiliation units, they want you to use one of these and not just any no affiliation unit. Now for those who don't know, they are basically not including the Canfion World units. And if you don't have any of these units, right, you can always buy these two from the Brave Battle exchange shop. The old Kagorizer and Urururu, or whatever you call her name. I think it's Urururu, but might be wrong. But you can basically buy these two from the metal exchange shop. And obviously most of these Burner Witch characters is going to be in the banner, so you can easily pull one of them. And funny enough, they have OG Bruno here, but not on a banner. Just wanted to point that out. The next up is round 5. Just see where it is. It starts basically when the round 4 ends, and then ends on September 20th. And its orders are basically the same as round 4's orders. Only difference is, instead of a selected affiliation, you should use a selected swimsuit. And of course you cannot just bring any swimsuit, you must bring one of these. And of course another thing I want to say, if you don't have any of them, just buy this Tatsumi from the Brave Battle exchange shop. She will help you there. And then next up is round 6 orders, which is gonna basically start when round 5 ends, and then ends on September 29th. Which, by the way, I don't think we have any news yet about the orders of round 6, because I didn't see it in game. I might be blind, but I mean, I went through it like 100 times. I didn't see no info of round 6. And I don't have any leaks about round 6, unfortunately. Okay, so when I first filmed this video, I actually completely forgot to add this part. So here it is. So basically, this is the new first half of September exchange shop looking like. We have a choose ticket, which this is a character pool for it. If you're looking for a character, you can just basically take any character you need or any character you want duped out. But if you're a new player, and I recommend taking a farmer character, like best farmer here is under Rangiku, which has a great damage output, is both a spot droplet and pot farmer, and she is a coin farmer, so she's obviously going to be the best character in this whole thing. Second best I would say is this Nanao. I believe she has a useful SA2 for farming, and she is also a very good farming link. Whenever you like want a very good character for the new Path to Unity co-op, then these two characters is basically characters you want, either Momo or Christmas. What's her name? Nell. Bro, how did I forget her name? I know certain people who's gonna roast me of this, who's gonna hate me because of it. Then the other good characters is basically the resurrections, which everyone is resurrectionable until Rukia. From Chad on, there's no resurrections. But just to mention, there's Machine Society Mashuru got a decent droplet soul trait for those who want droplets. Yeah, so the two new accessories is basically the Nini card, which is buffing the power aptitude, no affiliation units, as strong attack and normal attack. But those who don't get the patterns here, Nini is a power character, so obviously her card is buffing power units. Noelle is a speed character, so her card is buffing speed units, and Macy is technique, so obviously technique units. Technique, no affiliation units. But if you, let's say if you use the Nini's card on a hard aptitude character, then they will still get a buff, just not all of it, you know. Then next up we have the new raid boss. Now this one is very excited because because it's a new boss. It isn't just a boss who's returning, it is actually a freaking new boss we never had before. But by the looks of it, it is going to be an easy one, since it only attracts and does wall traps, which I don't know about you guys, but to me is like an easy thing to me. Then here is the format. It's going to be play out every day. The aptitude format, basically the roster for it, and then this is the pet. Its soul trait is very stupid because attract resistance. Like, bro, we have so many freaking attract resistance soul traits for familiars. Why not Bruiser? We need a familiar with Bruiser, right? Come on. But anyway, the pet itself looks cool. I just not a fan of the soul trait because again, we already have so many familiars with that soul trait, and we don't. It isn't as if we're getting a lot of familiars, new familiars. We get like 1 or 2 a year. So yeah, and it basically has the same stuff as the last unawakened raid boss. And just note, when this raid boss and when this raid ends, the awakened version will come in, when you will be able to evolve your familiar to a higher level or whatever. Then next up is, I think, the aperture trees. Let me just, no, Lemon Breaker. Next up is the September 2025 Lemon Breaker. Gonna start tomorrow and end September 11. Let me just go to the info. Okay, so the one thing which is I'm actually glad for is that we have a lot of options here, not just for new units. But the only thing which I'm kind of pissed about is this. Freeze Plus, bro. You couldn't pick a worse element, bro. I hate stun, bro. In fact, it's plus, bro. I hate stun elements when you're the one who's getting inflicted. But anyway, slot 1, they want you to bring the new Nini, but you can just bring Joshiro. He's the second best. Third best is probably Gilgay or Paris Rukia. Slot 2, they want you to bring the new Noelle. but you can bring someone like a Wetsu or the old Parasol Macy. Slot 3 is, there's a lot of options here. I think the best would be Rangiku, but honestly, they want you to bring Rangiku, right? But in my opinion, the new Ichiko is gonna outplay her, right? Then you could also bring Vajiblator, the new Vajiblator Core 2 Byakuya, and probably Dress Scroll, and just think Anavir Ichiko would be good here, Ishin would be good here. So yeah, slot 3 has a lot of good options. Very good, solid options to be honest. Then we have Aperture Trees, which is gonna change the map and bonuses today on reset, and then it will end on September 15th, and we will get a new map and stuff right before the reset. Just want to make sure here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So it's gonna change on reset. Just find the Aperture Trees real quick. Here we go. So I don't know what map you're gonna use, but the bonus characters is of the +3 characters is obviously the newer characters, the latest 2 banners characters, and you basically want to bring +5, right? So 2 of these new units is already +6 when you already have the max bonus. But if you don't have these newer units, you can always bring the lower bonuses, like +2 we have Ichika and Rukia, which again, there are going to be bonuses everywhere until December. Then we have a recent Resurrection banner, which is also +2, and then all Burner Witch characters except Bruno, OG Bruno, which again, they are dark watering Bruno here, but again, usually this wave +1 is usually like the fillers of the new banner, which I have realized a while ago actually. So if you wonder why is Bruno not there, it's because it isn't that they don't want him there, it's more like they're picking the fillers from the new banner. That's basically what they're doing. Then next up we have, I think, the new special limited guild quest. Yeah, so basically I don't know what they're gonna do here, because it's gonna start on the 1st and end on the 7th, right? It's gonna be what guild quests? I think a Ronker and Affiliation. Yeah, I want you to force you to buy the new characters, Noelle and Nini. But I believe Asnots is still clear when it comes to your Ronker, but I doubt Toshiro will still clear on the Affiliation range 1. So if you have Asnot, you're probably set, maybe set for a Ronker killer, but as for an Affiliation killer with Toshiro, hell nah. Maybe if you have a 5/5 Tosh, but or if your Nats are carrying, but like I doubt it. And basically, with those who don't know, they've been shadow buffing guild quests. So if they raise the HP, that's basically nothing new to us. The only thing which is new to us, that we should still get used to, is the Element Plus, which we know will be a permanent thing very soon. We just don't know when. But for now, and also I believe they're also raising the rewards for it, which is actually a good thing, because they've been shadow buffing our guild quest for a while now, and no extra rewards. But with a special Nightmare guild quest, I usually add more rewards, which is a good thing. Now I don't know if it's confirmed for more rewards, but usually it is. So I am saying it is, but like don't get excited for it, and it's no extra rewards. But again, it is usually more rewards when they do something like this. Then we have character packs, which is you guys can just check in game or just check on my server if you join it. I'm not gonna talk about it because I'm a free-to-play player and I know next to nothing about packs. I never read their info because I'm free-to-play and don't want to talk about stuff I do not know about. Then we have the renewed weekly orders, which basically they're gonna renew the weekly orders on tomorrow when the banner drops. They're also gonna renew the orders. And now I do not know if this is a permanent thing. Some people told me it is a permanent thing, but then there's also a few people saying it is a non-permanent thing. So we just have to wait and see if it is permanent or not. Hopefully they will raise the rewards and stuff you get, the better rewards for the orders and stuff. And path to power and path to friendship is basically they have a limited time to play, right? Now they're just increasing that number to like 5 to 10, you know? So you can play them more than once a day. That's basically what they're saying there. And then some other news which I just want to share with you guys is, I don't know if this is official yet, but there's going to be a new background, and this is the song which is going to be added. I'm only going to play a part of it. Yeah, I'm just gonna play that because I don't know if this song is copyrighted or not. It shouldn't be copyrighted. Now I just want to quickly go through the skills and stuff. Just quickly scan through them. Okay, so Nini is a Ronka Killer Plus. His power aptitude, soul trait, 30% strong attack damage, which is actually extremely high. Damage output. Where is our EX? Okay, yeah. This is our EX skills, aka our EX soul traits. Is extra strong attack, recharge time decreases by 12%, and extra devastation by 30%. Now I believe this is 5-5 numbers. If you have them 5-5, it's probably gonna be like 16-18% devastation, and probably like what 4% recharge at 1 or 5. I do not know. But if you have them 1-5, I doubt it's going to be these high numbers. Then we have inner skills, which is Sprinter 1, Havoc 20%, and Marauder. Which I also want to add is, if you have him 5-5, she is the best Link in the game so far. I just want to add that. Anyway, obtainable skills, Berserker 55%, Frenzy 3 from the beginning, Devastation 50, Bombardment 1, Debilator 5 seconds, damage to paralyzed enemies 50%, increased head element chest against a wrong card, weakened defense, freeze duration decreases by 200%, damage inflicted full stamina 30%, Terrace element space pressure boost 80%, and team party strong attack damage plus 20. Okay, so she's a really good character. The only thing which I don't think is really good is that team party skill, because Mugetsu it doesn't stack with Mugetsu. It cancels out the Mugetsu link if you're using the Mugetsu link. I'm just gonna say that out there, but she's easily a top 5 unit in the game. She's easily gonna carry that guild quest if when they add a guild quest. Then next up we have Macy. It's an affiliation killer plus. Soul trait is normal attack damage inflicted at full stamina is 40%. Note that it's full stam normal attack. That stacks on top of normal attack. It's a separate skill. It stacks on top of it. Like let's say you have 80% normal attack and 40% full stam normal attack. Basically that's 40% of that 80%, meaning your damage output is increasing a lot. So this is an extremely good soul trait. Does he have an extra soul trait? Yes, he does, and that's more bruiser. So he has at 5 out of 5 out of 5. He has 30% bruiser, aka normal attack, with full stamina 40% normal attack. Like that is her soul traits alone is extremely high. Then she's a gauge character. When the gauge is active, she gains flurry 1 and bruiser 100%. Technically flurry 2, but okay. In his skills, Sprinter 1, Marauder, and dodge no affiliation damage 50%. Then as obtainable skills, he has Long Reach, which is good for nat units. Bruiser, increased turret element chance against no affiliation enemies. Flurry 1, Enhancer, Pose, Booster, Recharge. Fire duration, team party, strong attack, damage plus 20, which again, the Mugetsu link isn't gonna work there. Start gauge and gauge rampage. Now what is good about this character is, which I do not mention here, her SA1 and SA3 is a boost. But because it is a boost, her gauge isn't gonna be, it's gonna charge way longer. But luckily she has recharge. Another thing I've seen is team party, strong attack. Now why this is good is because you don't have to equip the Mugetsu link on her and make her damage less. Now you can actually use a damage link instead of the Mugetsu link. Now that is actually solid, and I believe she does inflict lacerate, and I can't remember the other element is, but she does inflict lacerate. Meaning you can just pick 40% more less rate damage as a bonus ability, and then she will be crazy doing damage. Next up is Noelle, which I know is a disappointing character, but okay. She's speed aptitude, she has no affiliation killer plus. Note Nini is just make sure before I talk bull. I know Macy is a melee unit, and just make sure. Yeah, Nini is a melee unit, and Noelle is a range unit. Yeah, I'm just gonna say that because they don't mention stuff here, which is actually why I like doing my own images and stuff, because I don't mention it here. Yeah, so Noelle has recharge decreased by 14% as a normal soul trait, and has more damage to drained enemies at 40% as an EX soul trait, which isn't too bad. It stacks on top of normal drain damage. And then we have Sprinter 1, Havoc 20%, and Sharpshooter, which is good. Which is extremely good. Bombardment 1, Debilator plus 2 seconds. Now 2 seconds is technically like what, 3 seconds? But like that's bad. But luckily she has Element Plus, so that isn't really that big of a problem. She has damage to drain enemies 40%, which then 40% of the EX one is going to stack on top of the normal one, which is going to be extremely high damage output. She has increased chance to inflict against any affiliation enemy, weakened defense, post break, which is going to be good for guild quests, especially those characters, the last 2 bosses and the EX waves. Also free duration decreased by 200%. And team party, no affiliation, strong attack damage. Now that one does stack with Mugetsu Link, for those who are wondering. Status element, spiritual pressure boost 80%, killer effect plus 15 guild quest, and 30% outside guild quest. Range damage plus 10 in overall, and plus 30 in guild quest. Frenzy 2 overall, and Frenzy 3 in guild quest. Now she is a solid unit outside guild quest, but she's even more solid in guild quests. Like, she's broken in guild quests. Now between the 3, I think Nini is the best, and then probably Noelle, because even wait, does she even have Berserker? Okay, no, she does not have Berserker, but even so, I think she would still outplay Macy in the meta. But Macy, obviously, between the 3 of them, I think Macy is gonna be the one who's gonna be be meta the longest. She might be the worst now, but like in a year or 2, maybe in 2 years time, she's gonna be the best of the 3, because Nat units doesn't really get off meta that quickly, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that is all for today. Should you summon on a new banner? Definitely yes. If you're a GQ guy, then yes. If you're a Lemon Breaker guy, you want the highest possible, then yes. If you're a collector, then definitely. If you have Asnot 5 out of 5 or whatever, I still recommend you summon on this. But remember, if you're just a casual player, then I think you could skip this banner if you don't like Banner Witch. But this is actually a very good banner. The filler pool is a bit outdated because none of these characters are meta except probably Macy down there, and maybe like Christmas, Noelle, and Nini, because they are farmers, and then Balgo. So yeah, there are actually solid farmers in here, now that I think about it. But when it comes to meta units, I think the only meta units in here is basically Paracel, Macy, and maybe actually only Macy, because like honestly, you guys can say what you want. Macy is the only meta one. Maybe no, Bruno is off meta. Never mind. I keep forgetting Bruno doesn't have the SP boost. He has V gauge. He's also a gauge unit. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Oh yeah, also funny enough, which I also just realized, there's 3 gauge units in this banner. It's Macy, Halloween, Nini, and Bruno. But anyways, hope you guys found this video helpful. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, see ya, peace.